Holy shit, everybody! It's Kingdom Hearts 3! It's Kingdom Hearts 3, everybody! I've been waiting so long for this!
Hey everyone! Ansem, Seeker of Dankness here, coming at you with a review of the all-new Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes, it has ironically been 13 years in the making, but Tetsuya Nomura and pals over at Square Enix have finally brought this game to light. And, well, it has a lot to live up to. Kingdom Hearts 3 not only has to be a sequel to one of the best PlayStation 2 games made, which was also in and of itself one of the best sequels ever made, but also be a fulfilling sequel to all of the spin-off games that have been made. Put straight, it shows. So it was a lot of fun playing this game, and that's the big emphasis here, is playing this game was great. But there are still some caveats to these good parts of this game. There's a whole bunch of extra systems that they've added into the game, such as flow motion from Dream Drop Distance. There's also the shot lock system from Birth by Sleep, and the form change system is now something that resembles more of the stuff from Birth by Sleep. There is no drive gauge. You kind of just do enough combo hits or whatever the fuck, and you can change your form. And your form is dependent upon the Keyblade that you're using. Now, there are some that have only one form, and there are some that have two forms. But the forms are important because there aren't as many Keyblades in this game as Kingdom Hearts 2. There are 12, down from the 22 that were present in that game. So it's a little bit disappointing for somebody like me who really enjoyed the different designs of Keyblades, even the dumb ones. So there's that. Other combat systems include limits, which have been replaced and retooled. Now you only get the final attack of the limit, and it doesn't take all of your MP, and they happen kind of randomly. There's also summons, which I didn't use. I just didn't really feel like using them, but they're more or less the same. Full heal, and they eat all of your MP, so whatever. Then there's the bad system, which is the amusement system. The amusement system is brand new to this game. They're gaudy, they're ugly, they break the flow of combat really hard, and I just don't like them. You have a thing that's kind of like a room clear, even though Grand Magic, which is another iterative system that they took kind of from Birth by Sleep, where, you know, you use a bunch of magic spells and then you can gain access to a bigger magic spell, and it's a one-time use. With stuff like that, and the form system, and the ally move system, the amusement thing just seems kind of extraneous, although it is necessary to get through 2 scripted battles, and in one of those 2, it has like an enemy bar, and you need to deplete the bar, and I tried to, you know, like, do it without using the amusement system that they wanted me to use, and it made me do it. I didn't like that. I thought that was bad. It's pretty bad. Anyway, there are some other systems that Nomura has put into the game that are rather entertaining. The synthesis system is back, but now there's also a Keyblade Forge, where you can upgrade your Keyblades, and it increases their power. It also gives them some new abilities. It does not give them new form changes. It's just abilities and power-ups. That's it. The other systems that come into play are the cooking system, a la Final Fantasy 15. It's more or less the same. You go around, collect ingredients, give these ingredients to Remy from Ratatouille. You play one of 4 minigames, and you get some food. And it functions exactly the same way as it does in Final Fantasy 15. Make some food, get some bonuses for eating that food. It's not bad. What is kind of bad and ham-fisted is the photo system. This is not the same as Final Fantasy 15. It doesn't carry any narrative weight. It is just a vehicle for collectibles. You're taking pictures of emblems. You're taking pictures of stuff that Moogles want to expand your synthesis list. And yeah, that's about it for that. Let's move into the Gummy Ship. The Gummy Ship, kind of like the rest of the game, is good in some ways, but then also bad in other ways. So the general movement and layout of the Gummy levels is better. You now have an open area to explore. You can mine asteroids, which you should do because it's how you get a bulk of the upgrade materials for Keyblades. And then there are the little combat cutaway sections, which aren't as good as they were in Kingdom Hearts 2. They play exactly the same as they do in Kingdom Hearts 2, where you just kind of control the up, down, side to side. Yeah, the bosses aren't as good, the missions aren't as complex, they don't have near as much spectacle, which is bad, because I really liked those missions. Even Twilight Dreadnought Level 3 in Kingdom Hearts 2, which fucked my butt so many times, I can't even begin to understand how I even beat it once. In terms of movement, the Gummy Ship doesn't let you completely turn all the way around or all the way down. So you can turn around like this, but you can't turn around like this. which is kind of lame for somebody like me who plays Elite Dangerous and other flight sims and kind of expects that level of freedom of movement. So, gummy ships, general combat, good. Not bad at all. It is kind of a shame that there weren't more worlds or just more time in worlds to enjoy some of the combat systems, but that kind of is a problem of pacing, and that's where this game falls flat on its ass. The narrative and the pacing, and of course, the writing. So, writing in Kingdom Hearts has always been kind of cringy, to be completely honest, but it's been adorably cringy. It's endearing, kind of like the main character himself. And so gone are the days of Sora actually having to put in some effort into making friends. Now, him, Donald, and Goofy kind of just show up at New Disney Worlds, humble brag a little bit, and then bam, they got a friend. It's especially bad in the Frozen world, where the plot seems to happen next to Sora, Donald, and Goofy. They talk to Elsa once. They interact with Kristoff twice. They interact with Anna once. There's a minigame where you find Olaf's body parts. And the climax of the Frozen story happens here, and Sora, Donald, and Goofy are over here after fighting the boss fight that came from here and then came over there. It's not good. It is kind of funny that the Frozen Keyblade, Crystal Snow, is probably one of the best in the entire game. Now, after every single Disney World, you're basically given a cutaway to Sora's friends, be it Mickey and Riku trying to find Aqua in the Realm of Darkness, while Sora is trying to find a way to rescue Roxas's heart, or Kairi and Axel just kind of shooting the shit while they're training. And for anybody who said that you needed to play all of the spin-off games, they are lying to you, because there's a metric fuck ton of expository dialogue in this game that serves no other purpose but to explain the important aspects of the previous games that people may have missed out on. The only thing that they don't give any context to is Xion. And that's it. And it makes sense because no one's supposed to remember Xion, because Xion is a nothing character who, as far as I can tell, doesn't really matter, aside from putting another body in Tetsuya Nomura's catalog of anime people within this franchise. There is heel turns from characters that come out of the middle of nowhere that I created a red herring for myself because I thought that a character's side change was so fucking unbelievable that he was just going to go and bite everybody in the ass. And it didn't happen. He's just like, yeah, I'm on this side now. And that's it. He's on that side now. This also gets into performances. A lot of the performances in this game just feel half-hearted as fuck. And it's awful that one of the most half-hearted performances is from Herc. From the first level of this game, you have somebody who doesn't give a fuck about what they're doing. The problem with this is that there's also a lot of really good performances. Demnix's voice actor, for example, puts a lot into one of the scenes that he's in. It's easily one of the most expressive scenes featuring characters only from Kingdom Hearts in the entire game. And I love it. And Demnix is the best character because of that scene. Speaking of voice acting, the guys that they got to replace the late Christopher Lee and Leonard Nimoy are also on either end of the spectrum. The guy that they got to replace Christopher Lee, aka the voice of Ansem the Wise, is good. He does actually sound a lot like Christopher Lee and channels the same energy that Christopher Lee did. The guy that they got to replace Leonard Nimoy, on the other hand, not so much. He sounds Spanish. He doesn't sound like Leonard Nimoy at all. He doesn't have that same gravel and just malice that Nimoy brought to Master Xehanort, which is kind of a letdown because Master Xehanort's a scary fucker. But then there's the ending, which is just bad. I'm not going to get into any spoilers, but going into the ending, there's about 5 or 6 dangling plot threads that all, more or less, get wrapped up in the ending of this game. And they are not handled well. They are handled about as well as every shitty anime ending that you've ever seen, where they have a bunch of dangling plot threads and they have no idea how to resolve them, so they just do. They just do it. They're like, fuck it. We need to bring back these characters. They're fucking back. Who cares? Fuck reason when we can just bullshit. Ugh! There's other things about the ending that I just don't like. Nomura apes off of probably one of the most beautiful video game endings in recent memory. being Nier Automata's ending E. But Nomura makes it really bad, and it was so awful that I almost ejected the game and returned it because I just couldn't fucking stand that Nomura had the gall, the balls, the shit-covered balls to throw something like this into this game that was so unnecessary. It was just not good. Jesus fucking Christ, it was not good. It was also really bad because it could have been the halfway point in the game. Actually, going into the ending, I thought that I was going into the halfway point of the game. I had been to every Disney World once. I was expecting to get some new Keyblades, and I was like, oh shit, I'm about to go do a thing. Awesome. Oh fuck, I picked up a new Keyblade. Whoa, let's go. And, nope. It just started the ending. It just started perusing through the ending. And it was at that point that I knew that this game didn't have as much development time as it probably should have. It didn't have as much time given to considering the narrative and how it flowed. It was just a bunch of exposition, a bunch of setup for the different plot threads that they wanted to have, and then they just fucking did it. The ending of this game, it's just not good. The number of things that they do in the end is terrible. It makes you feel like you're an idiot. It makes you just lose so much emotional investment that you may have had. It kills it. It feels hollow. It feels like they were just trying to get this shit over with so they can go on to something else. And I understand it's the end of the Dark Seeker saga, and Nomura probably really does want to go into other stuff with Kingdom Hearts, but dude, 13 years of build-up, and this is what you're going to give people? It's not good. It's not good. It's definitely a moment of Kishimoto, the guy who made Naruto, where they're like, everybody gets to be a good guy. Yeah. And so that happens. And, there's post-game content. You can go back. You can do some arena stuff. By the way, there's no proper arena world. In addition to that, there's no fucking Final Fantasy characters. Aside from the Moogle, and the Chocobo is a gummy piece. You also get to see Cloud and Oran's character models from Kingdom Hearts 2 for like 5 seconds, which is a thing, I guess. Yeah, I didn't like that. People, myself included, really enjoy fighting Sephiroth. I think it's a fun time, but alas, it's not the case. It's not how things just went. So it is with a heavy heart that I have got to give Kingdom Hearts 3 a strong 5. Now, that's not that bad. Remember, 5 out of 10 is average, and this is an average game. The combat is amazing, but the story and the pacing is so bad that it brings the game as a whole down. It honestly brings down the whole series by making things have less weight, by making things seem more contrived. And that's what Kingdom Hearts 3 is. It's a big bunch of contrivances. And for all of the talk that has been surrounding this game up to its release, people saying, oh, it's going to be 80 hours long. It's not. It's 40 hours long with putzing around. Some of my friends have beaten it in around 30 hours. Even on Proud Mode, everybody that I've seen has beaten it on Proud Mode, and nothing above 40. And that was with me going around trying to get lucky emblems, trying to get stuff, trying to do things and enjoy myself. And yeah, that's what happens when you've made nothing but spin-off handheld games for 13 years. You kind of forget how to write a full-length game and design a full-length game for a full modern experience. And it's sad. For a game that's all about heart and believing in yourself and all that good shit, Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't seem to have a heart. It feels empty. It feels hollow. It feels, and it's so weird to say this, rushed. And I wanted this to be so much more. And I really, 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 really wish that my rose-tinted glasses were a little bit thicker, because I think that Kingdom Hearts 3 would have been better if my rose-tinted glasses were a little bit thicker, but in the end, they're not. And, well, that's A crying shame. Anyway, I hope that all of you enjoyed this first review of mine. Please don't crucify me in the comments. I seriously do like Kingdom Hearts a lot, and I was thoroughly disappointed that this game turned out the way that it did. I hope that I didn't spoil too much stuff. I hope that you weren't expecting there to be Final Fantasy characters in this game. Anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. I might make more stuff like this. I really hope to make more stuff like this. You know, maybe we'll have a video of good old Devil May Cry 5. See how that goes. Anyway, black screen.